looked at me and he says, you really need to pay closer attention. And after that, I didn't ask him so many questions, and I remembered that when I went to Japan. So I didn't feel the need to keep asking so many questions. It was more important to observe it and digest it and find my own answers.
Marshall University is coming up on May 20th, this 2006. You're going to be instructing again, and frankly, your work sessions were packed. What are you going to be teaching this year?
Well, per your request, Kris, I will do another Atemi Waza session.
Yay for me.
And one thing it's been a great interest of mine has been Qigong, or as in Japanese, Kiko. And I think this time around I'm going to teach two different Qigong practices. One's a visualization practice of the 5 internal organs, as according to traditional Oriental medicine, as well as a 6 healing sound Qigong, they're both very simple sets, but they have profound results, and they're both good practices for martial artists in order to regenerate their bodies and heal up after hard training.
Fascinating. When a person's been in the martial arts for a while and traveled as you have, you get some real gee whiz stories. Tell us one or two of your biggest just gee whiz, jaw-dropping, I can't believe what I just saw story.
Boy, gee, what if I? One of the kind of gee whiz stories that puts a smile on my face was there was an Ii-jitsu sword drawing master in Japan. I think he passed away in the last couple of years. He was of the Tamiya-ryu. And I'd heard about him, I'd seen him somewhere, or pictures of him, and finally I got to see him at one of the largest martial arts demos in all of Japan. And the night before, there was a big party, and I heard this little old voice say, "Sumimasen, excuse me," and I looked down, and it's him. And he's really old, and he's bent over at probably almost a 45-degree angle. And he looks up at me and smiles and says, "Oh, I'm very sorry," and he kind of gotten away from his group. And so eventually his guys, I heard his guys calling for him, and I raised my hand and I said, "He's right here." And, this guy is like great-grandfather age, and a lot of his students were almost grandfather age themselves. The next day I see this master go out to demo, and he's got all his gear on, and he walks out to the middle of the floor, and he's bent over, and suddenly he stands straight up, grabs the hilt of his sword, draws, cuts, resheaths, and goes through maybe 5 or 6 kata, standing straight up. And then his last cut and resheathing, suddenly he bends back over, bows, and walks off the floor. It was an amazing demo.
What is that?
What
is that?
It's an amazing thing. My teacher, he was last time I saw him, he was in his 80s, and he's pretty upright. But it's amazing still to watch him draw, cut, and resheath and cut again. It's called a lot of long, diligent training. That's what it really is.
Is it just a Pavlovian response when they put on the do-gi?
It really, do-gi or not, I think as long as you put anything in their hand that simulates a weapon, I think it just kicks in. But that was I thought it was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. And he was a very sweet man, and I saw pictures of him when he was younger. He looked very, very much like a man's man, and I saw this is a man who grew very old, had many students, and very, very, very much enjoyed his life. You could tell. It was quite beautiful.
Share with us a pressure point that we can use ourselves for a common ailment. I mean, we hear, I hear like, oh, press here for nausea, press here for the, and I don't know. Share with us a place where we can be in a coffee shop, put our finger, and then all of a sudden, we're
feel good.
We feel great. We're on top of the world, and we're going to go out there and take it on. And in fact, we're going to succeed and probably win The Apprentice.
The lotto point, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The lotto point.
The lotto point, yeah. I've been searching for that one for years now. But I think probably, a couple of the most useful ones are really popular and already well known. One is the large intestine 4-point, otherwise known as hagu, which is located in the bulk of the muscle between the index and the thumb. And that's the command point of the face. So any problems with the face, mouth, head, it's a great point, and it's a great regulator. So it's even good for stomach problems. It's good for pain just about anywhere in the body. It's kind of like one of the all inclusive points.
That's just that little webbing muscle between your index and your thumb finger.
Yeah, a little bit closer to, and it's located just a bit more to the index. But one thing to remember is when you're palpating these points, the points are not in an exact set place. The channels are not either. They're not like in the textbook. You palpate, you find the tender spot, that's the point. If there's an indentation or if there's a bump there, that's the point. So that's probably one of the most common ones. The other one is if you have your palm up and you go to the outside of your arm in the crease there, almost kind of in the bulk of the forearm muscle there, is lung 5, chitsa, and it's really useful for coughs, for arm pain. Also, it's a great point if you're in a situation where you're getting into a little skirmish and you want to slow somebody down or deter them. Hitting that or grabbing it really hard oftentimes will get someone's attention.
Okay. Well, as soon as we get done, I'm going to be, pressing on myself, and I hope that I don't get arrested for some sort of bizarre behavior. What was the moment that pulled you into the martial arts? When did you just go, right there, that's what I want to do?
Gee, I started wrestling when I was in elementary school or so, and I think I was down at the YMCA one evening, and I saw a judo class, and I think that's where I got bit.
It is absolutely amazing how many people in the States have gotten involved in the martial arts because of the YMCA.
The Y is fabulous.
Yeah, it just truly is amazing how many people have trained at a YMCA. If someone wants to contact you, David, what's the best way to do it? If somebody wanted to reach you just to talk a little bit about your martial arts, or they actually wanted to make an appointment, email, web, phone, what's the best
Probably the best way is to phone me, and my number is 206-938-0682.
0682?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 206-938-0682.
That's correct. I'm located here in West Seattle.
United States.
United States.
Because
Seattle, Washington.
we have listeners from all over, from Croatia, Russia, Malaysia, Australia, the UK. It's pretty amazing how wide-reaching this is. And I just want to let them know that might be an international call.
Slightly.
David Engstrom, acupuncturist and martial artist, thank you for being with us on Martial Secrets. This has been really informative. A great pleasure to have you on the show. If you have an idea for a guest or general comments, please contact me, Kris Wilder, through the WestSeattleKarate.com. That's WestSeattleKarate.com, one word. I look forward to your comments. And for more information on Martial University, dates, times, and the list of instructors, click on the Martial University link at the top of the WestSeattleKarate.com webpage. And as always, thank you for listening. This has been Martial Secrets.